Hope you're all doing good. Um, our guest Denis is just around the corner. Yeah, he's here.
Yeah, I'm here. Got my water here. Hi, guys.
Yeah, please, guys, welcome our today's guest. We're hosting today Denis True, brand and business strategist, founder of Vacuum Rocket Agency and FSB Festival, right?
Yeah.
And for the past 12 years, that has been shaping strategy and growth for tech companies across the US, Australia, Europe, Central Asia, and Middle East and North Africa. So it just helps startups in IT, fashion tech, telecom, transport, and etc. Build brands to win markets, close rounds, and attract the right people. And today he'll show us how to boost your career in branding and design, and finally sell your work for what's truly worth. Now, Denis, please, I'll give the floor to you.
Yeah, thanks so much, Caroline. Thank you so much for the intro. Hey, guys, really thank you that you found time to jump on the call. I hope it would be useful for you. I'm going to be sharing probably my biggest mistakes for the last 10 years. And I hope you're going to use that just to save some time in your life. Okay, let me share we start from this. Okay. Okay, Caroline, do you see me on the picture, right? In the pink. Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
So first, maybe we could start, and you could type in the chat where you come from, so we know the cities. Let me find the chat here. So basically, now I'm in Riga, in Latvia currently, constantly moving, but I'm in Riga. What about you guys? Kiev, Ukraine. Hey, hello, Kiev. Hello, everyone. Almaty, yeah, nice city. You have beautiful sunsets there. Belgrade, Serbia. Hello, Lanka. Natalie, Texas. Yeah, love it. What's the weather in Texas right now? Still warm? Okay. Anyone else? Yes, it's warm. Okay. Probably always warm. Manchester. Joseph Hay. Manchester. Funny. Not asking about the weather from Manchester. Okay. Okay, here we are. The rest probably are from Texas as well. So let me start. Also, let's have this conversation really open. So it's not about me presenting to you. Feel free to write to the chat, and Caroline probably could follow the chat. And in case there is some kind of question, feel free to interrupt me, stop me, so we could, have a little discussion. But also in the end, we'll have the space for Q&A. Feel free to jump with most stupid question that you have in your mind, because there are no stupid questions, right?
Right.
And yeah, I'll be happy to answer. And yeah, probably our marketing manager, Klim, would be happy to send you several sticker packs that we just produced. They're nice and pretty. So we'll give this gift for the person that will ask the most crazy, curious question. Okay, let's get it going. Okay, let me just close several screens. Okay, so this is me. In the right corner on the bottom, there's my Instagram, and I'll show the link it later too. If you'll need this presentation or you'll have any questions, feel free to follow me on Instagram or any other network and ask me. I'll be happy to help you. And yeah, before we start, there was a beautiful introduction from Caroline, but it's always difficult to understand like what you're actually doing. So we've created a short video I'll play right now, so you'll get an understanding what are we about right now. Yeah, so that was quite understandable. So we were about 10 years in the industry. We have a lot of different words, including Red Dots and FE and the One Show from New York, and also lots of regional. And I think last 3 years we just stopped applying because we know that we can win, so we could spend this time in different areas. And I'll tell you the story how it begins, right? How it started. This is me at the age of 5. I'm in the kindergarten, and at that time we had our like a lot of free time in the kindergarten. So we got our pencils, markers, and basically we were drawing cars all the time. I don't know why, but all the boys were drawing cars, and at that time, for some reason, there were a lot of commercials on TV with cigarettes. And at the time, I remember I liked the Cowboys from Marlboro and also Marlboro logotype. So one day I put on my car, on the door of my car, a logo of the Marlboro, and there was a game changer. So basically, there was a revolution because suddenly everyone from my group, like my mates, 5 years old mates, say like, Dennis, this is incredible. Could you put the same Marlboro logo on our cars too? So basically, at the year of 5, I start my branding career. And by now, I'm doing absolutely the same, and I still enjoy that. But obviously, I'm doing that on a much larger scale, right? So it's kind of worldwide scale right now. And today I'm going to show you, uh, in my opinion, what is winning. And in most of the cases, winning is not about exactly design or marketing, because we work in design and marketing. But I think we've achieved so much because we were focusing on other things that rather than design and marketing, which is counterintuitive. But yeah, let me explain you in details. So I have several kind of key lessons, and the first one is like one focus, that is how you fail. So in case you have just one focus and you'd like to be the top number one in something super narrow, this is a dangerous path. Because everything is changing so fast, and we, of course, you know that you follow the AI revolution right now. Everything is crazy. So the tools are born and dying in a week or something. So I think what is really important to train your brain to be absolutely flexible and have several focuses, right? So it's really important for you in your early career to shift gears, but keep rolling and change cities, change girlfriends and boyfriends, change clients, change technologies, beer brands that you drink every day, change your bosses, social networks, style, wallpapers, whatever. I mean, keep on changing everything in your life so you'll be more ready for tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be wild. You know, the speed of things changing in the world is incredible. So this is a very important skill because um, you could stuck in some technology that will die and then you fucked up, right? And one of the things is like expertise is overrated. You need to stay kind of an amateur. What do we call ourselves in Pocket Rocket is that we are professional amateurs. Why is it good? Because if you're, for instance, if you're professional in oil painting, super professional, you probably wouldn't be really excited about AI generative tool, obviously, because you're top number one in something. But if you're amateur in everything, it's so easy to jump on new tool, try new thing, fail in it's something new. So this is the key, right? Do not be expert in something because this is a tricky. And I like the quote of Suzuki: in the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities, but in the experts, there are just a few. So it's better to have more possibilities in the future. So use this track. Uh, like if we put in my life, yeah, what I've seen, I've been a DJ, I've been a huge festival organizer, I've been a film director, I've been running, swimming, I opened a creative business, then film production, then branding business. It's kind of a lot of roles, but now I understand that every role now helped me to move on with my life in the career because I understand much more things because of I took different roles. And also I've been living in Barcelona, in Melbourne, in Australia, in Poland, in Belarus, in Riga and Latvia, like lots of cities. So it helped me to feel okay in every business in every point of the world. But there are some things that you need to keep, right? Just three of them. 8 hours of sleep, about 2 liters of water, and of course using AI daily. So those you need to keep on the wall and do daily, right? Don't change 8 to 10 or 12 or 4. Doesn't make sense. You could drink a little bit more water if you like, but not less. So this is like probably one of the most important slides in my presentation. Keep it like this. So the second one, your client's vision sucks. Please redefine it. It's very important because we all work for someone and we are specialists, but normally we have clients that ask us really weird, strange, outdated thing, right? And we need to understand that it's a good position to to adopt their point of view. What I mean that real magic happens when the problem are solved before the design even begins. This is absolutely true because normally we got shitty brief, like 99% of the briefs every agency or every freelancer in the world got is a shitty brief. So you could start working on a shitty brief, trying to do nice design. There'll be hard work and probably in the very best scenario, that will be average design. But if you start working on the brief and debriefing, changing the brief and knowing what's behind, what's the reason behind, etc., you could change the brief from shitty to good, and then there are lots of opportunities to make a good design. We have in our agency this technique. You could steal this name and use it. So hate me now, love me later. So every time a client come to us with the request, we say like, would you like to hear the honest truth about this request or this brief? So we tell the honest truth, bitter truth, and say like, you will hate us right now because we criticize your brief, but you will love us later after we've done the work. And you say like, thank you so much for changing the brief. It happens all the time in our career, so we know that it's safe. And also sometimes it's even better because if they send the brief to 5 freelancers or 5 agencies, and 4 of them say like, yeah, good, and you say like, no, actually, it's not a smart brief, you need to change it. So they probably respect you a little bit more. So one of the examples we've made for the Australia, I'll illustrate it with example. Yeah, there was a brief from Australian guys that came to us with a absolutely ready brand strategy, which was really smart, and also with a request that they already designed the brand book and logo and everything. They asked us to polish it a little bit or add more structure or something. There was a very nice idea behind the logo, but we said like, guys, if you aim to create something outstanding and benchmark in Australia, you probably need to start it from the scratch. So that was their vision of the logo that they need to polish. But then we start from the scratch, and I'll show you what we got, and we got a lot of awards. And this is one of the most beautiful wellness place in the world. Yeah, there was that, and also I'll share the video from one of their venues. I call it, this is the gym we all deserve. Okay. And also we get another question from, wait a second, what is that? Yeah, from Creamly. Sometimes clients come with a rebrand, like redesign, but some of them come to us like, okay, could you polish the logo? But in the end, we make a revolution inside of the product, completely changing the brand strategy, the packaging, the color scheme, the content, the wording, the tone of voice, because it was basically randomly created before and it was outdated. We had the same story with the Creamly brand. Founder came to us and said like, oh, our logo is a little bit outdated. We would like to, refresh it. But then we've redesigned absolutely everything. Okay, let's move on. So the third thing that we learned that you better teach your client or enjoy the pain. So basically there are two tracks. Either teach your client or you good that you can enjoy the pain. Most of us cannot enjoy the pain. So we're barely can enjoy the pain. That's why we choose teaching our clients. So I hope that some of you are designers, and if you have this situation when they went for a conservative solution instead of modern one, could you send yes to the chat so we know that we're not the only agency in the world that experienced this? Yes, Natalie has that. Okay. Yeah, definitely. I think it happened to every designer in the world. And this is so pity because, we know more, we are more in design, we're more in marketing. So we understand what's good, what's bad, what's progressive, what's outdated. And so pity when they choose not the right pill. And I'll give you an understanding what is happening, why it's happening. So first of all, client's mind is a survival machine and we need to hack it. So how does it work? Simple example, right? There are different kinds of mushrooms in the world. One of them are poisonous, one not. So normally we know more about mushrooms that are not poisonous. We've seen them in the shop where we know that people talking about them, put them in, I don't know, in some restaurant dishes, etc. And we know not much about poisonous mushrooms, and also probably you haven't seen anyone in the world saying like, "Oh, I've tried poisonous mushroom and it's delicious and I survived." Right? They're all dead, so that's why we don't know much about them. And in the human world, safe choice that we take just to live, just to survive, right? That's why we're here in this Zoom, because our ancestors chose the safe path, so we survived, right? It's absolutely normal for us. But in business world, you need to risk to win. So basically, you need to do something uncomfortable, maybe slightly dangerous to win more. The more you risk, the more you can win. And basically, all the design we work on in the marketing is a business tool, right? It's just a beautiful business tool. So we need to train the client and prepare them for discomfort, because what we say, like when we start developing something for you and show it to you, you will feel uncomfortable because it's progressive, it's new, and it's kind of risky, but it's positive risk that could bring you more money or more business growth, something. And also the second thing, what we need to do just to lower their discomfort is just educate them, because most of the businesses we work with, they basically focus on their product and the operational routine. They don't educate themselves on marketing and design daily. And there was an experiment inside of our agency several years ago. We took some projects and we put educational blocks inside of the projects, and we took other projects and didn't do any education there. So in the very end, the projects that were having those education blocks, they were all awarded with like international awards. The rest were just, good design, but not world level. So basically it's proved with the data from our agency that education is a really good investment into your portfolio, but also client success. And what is interesting, how could you educate your client everywhere, from briefing to benchmarking, during a research stage, during strategy development and design? For example, on the briefing stage, you could educate your client by asking smart questions like, why do you need this? Like, why do you think that your logo must be bigger and pink color? What's behind of that? Like, etc. So it's also kind of a smart way of education, because no one likes a lecture, so teach them without telling. So we educate ourselves, we educate our clients absolutely secretly. We never tell that, oh, they're going to be a lecture. They're just, like in a kindergarten, a lot of insights, nice pictures, graphs, data, explanation, what is this behind, how it's made, blah, blah, blah. And the fourth thing is that portfolio doesn't work, but the party does. No one in the world really remember your portfolio, but if you go to the party, drink several beers with someone, probably you will remember each other for years or something, right? And what is important in our life to extrovert yourself a couple of times a week, because most of the designers and the freelancers, they're kind of introverts. Yes, it's good to be introvert inside of our home cave and design something cool, but we need to go to the world, get connected to someone, share who we are, how we work. Then people like you and they would like to work with you. And now we play a little social game. I encourage everyone to, if you're working right now, just jump to the Zoom chat for a second. So you need to type in the chat, what's your favorite color? And also next to the favorite color, just drop your Instagram link or other social network link. So we could all play. Let me play with you too. So I'm Dennis, and this season I like pink, and this is my Instagram. So why it's good? Because if we post all of us to the chat and we could share our Instagrams, we could create these soft connections. And who knows how could we benefit from that in the future? Black and white from Natalie. Wow, black and white is not one color. It's kind of gray, right? Thanks, Natalie. Okay, everyone else? Dark blue. Nikita, good color. Okay, great. Funny. Violet from Alexandra. I don't have really using it. Okay. Jean-Michel. We don't know. We know nothing about Jean-Michel. No color, no EG. That's a mystery. Okay. And mine is Violet too. Okay. So what you do right now, just choose the person that mentioned the color you like and get connected. And what will happen in the future? Interesting thing. If you'll do it, okay, light blue, second. Please stay in touch forever with this person, and probably there will be a surprise moment. How could it happen? Basically, how it happened to me several times. You could see someone from the chart, like in some kind of a color, and connect to the Instagram. And next time you will need someone that's gonna design something for you, you're like, oh, I remember that girl from the chat from the webinar. I'm not sure she's a good designer, but at least she liked the color that I like. So maybe I'll reach her out. So this is how it worked. Really stupid way, but this is how it worked. And I'll tell you the story that is completely under NDA, so I cannot show you any pictures here. But it happened to me. I was living in Barcelona, and I had a 5 a.m. call from my friend, like my friend, right, in Kazakhstan. And he said, like, Dennis, wake up, we need you. I was like, what's going on? They said, like, we've bought a factory. I was like, oh, congrats. By the way, it was the morning right after Black Friday. And I said, like, oh, congrats, you bought a factory on Black Friday. And they say, like, no, Dennis, you don't understand. It's really serious because we've bought the biggest Central Asia steel factory. And we have just 10 days before we rebrand it completely and the whole world will know the new name and logo. So yeah, get your ass out of the bed and jump in the plane. So literally it was like this. In 3 days, our team from 4 countries in the world flew to Kazakhstan, and for a week we've been sitting on the highest floor building of the fancy office on the wooden table with the millionaires discussing crazy changes in the business of the factory and also designing the future, the strategy and identity. And we've done it, and it was an amazing, incredible experience because guys were discussing, billionaires, 100,000 billions, how they gonna invest in that. It was like crazy for me. It was like, what the hell are you talking about? But it was a very, very nice experience. And the reason they called me in 5 a.m. because somehow they remembered Dennis and my number was in their phone list. So it's good to be in someone phone list, right? For whatever reason. So yeah. And also the next lesson for me was like every wall is just a gate, right? So I started my career, as you remember, 5 years old. Later, I set up the agency. We've been doing branding. And of course, as all we've been doing that age, the rebrand, like small company rebrand cost about $5,000. And once I knew that commonly a rebrand could be made for 2 million or even more. And I was like, what? And I started to ask my friends and friends about these kind of rebrands. And it turns out that the process is absolutely the same. And basically, sometimes the art directors are working for these kind of huge projects are absolutely the same. I was like, what the hell? What's the difference? Why are we making it for 5,000 and they're making for 2 million? And then I realized after reading and asking a lot of people and reading a lot of books that there is different cost of problem and different levels. So for instance, if you have a manager knocking your door, like lower manager, and manager has small problem, but also small budget. If you have chief marketing officer knocking your door, bigger problem, bigger budget, CEO, and of course, up and up and up. And if you get a founder or billionaire calling you, probably he has a really big problem and he's ready to pay a lot for that. So the key is yeah, there was the same case. So once a designer from the company came to us and said, like, I'm designing press releases for my company, and when I put our partner Gucci next to our logo, it's kind of, our logo is shy, it's kind of outdated. I don't like it. Could you like do something? Maybe, play with the font or something. And then, of course, we said like, oh, interesting. So could we go and talk to your manager, right? So we basically go and talk to his manager, marketing director. Then after that, we ask if we could talk to the CEO or the business developer. They say, yeah, why not? So we've been talking to everyone, spotted much more problems that weird logo, and made the complete redesign. And of course, the budget for this solution was much bigger. And I'll show you the result. Okay. So, and basically, this is how our sales process is designed. Basically, if you're a freelancer, you could use it as well. So the goal is just to get to the founder or investor, and then probably you will understand the whole set of the problems in the business. So you could bring the package solution for the client and kill all the pains of the clients and bring a lot of value. So that will be a big, cool project for you, but also a great solution for the client. And yeah, how to understand of course, if you're an illustrator, right, you probably can understand manager and CMO, but at this point, you can understand CEO's problem. All of them have different KPIs and different problems and different vocabulary, and they say different words. And you need to understand that. How to understand that? Basically, you could get a screenshot of this slide. If you read those books, I think you will understand 60% of what every CEO of small, medium-sized business are talking about. So you could find the common language and understand their biggest problems. So then you could be on this ladder somewhere on the level CEO, and you could provide a bigger solution for a bigger problem. Yeah, it's not fast, so it will probably take you a year or something. But I encourage you to understand that even if you'd like to stay on the level of a very nice illustrator, it's still very beneficial to understand how this illustration help business grow faster or uh, how does impact the business. And one of the last one, be fucking unique, please. It's very important not to be another average designer, marketing manager, whatever, um, because we know all the influencers on the internet saying about their game won't get you far. You need to play yours. In that case, for instance, for us, what this means for us, we've become the first agency in the world that uh, confident enough to give the money back guarantee. That was strange for me that it's not common for consultancy and design agencies to say like, guys, if you don't like the solution that we bring to you, you could claim and get all the money back. So we put it on our website with the big letters, and still from 2021, we have no claims since we launched this feature. Um, yeah, because we understand that we cannot, fuck up in these kind of big projects because we lose a lot of money. Yeah, and also I want to share why I'm doing what I'm doing because basically I'm kind of uh, egoistic in this way because I want to live in a world where every Bidronga or here should be like 7-Eleven, 7-Eleven brand look like Nike. For instance, you go to the 7-Eleven and you see the poster. If you don't hate shopping a little, you don't love shopping enough. That would be a great world to live in. That's why we are designing brands, but also we're sharing the information. How could other agencies or freelancers design the nice brand? Because we cannot design all the brands in the world. Um, so I'll probably skip that. And one of the main, and probably this is the main thing, best things designed by those who have sex and travel often. So please do these things, but also do things that bring you a lot of joy. Uh, Dance drunk, sleep 8 hours, talk to random people, do weird things, run personal projects, rave. Calling mom is also really good. By the way, I messaged mom today. Really made my day today, to be honest. So this is a short, yeah. Those are 6 main things that you need to remember from this presentation. You could screenshot it, and yeah, this is it. And if you like this presentation, yes, scan this QR code, add me on Instagram and ask the presentation. I'll send it to you with the videos inside. And also, it's very important. I would like to thank you for giving a damn about the making the world look good or even better. Thank you for being here. And now we could jump for the Q&A session, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. You could probably type it somewhere on a chat, or I don't know. Caroline, you could say how we could manage.
Yeah, sure. Wow, that was incredible. Thank you very much. Huge thanks to Denise for such an insightful and inspiring talk. And those dynamic ads were just on fire. If you guys have any questions, just now is the perfect time. Feel free to jump in the chat and ask. And also, let's give Denise a big round of applause and send some love and reactions here. You can ask or unmute yourself if you want to ask, like turn your microphones on, or you can just drop your questions in the chat. Yeah, both options are fine.
Yeah, it's always hard to be the first. Yeah, by the way, you could ask anything, even about my morning routine, how many kilometers I run in the morning, or do I still think that design is something worth paying attention in the world? I mean, let's have a discussion.
Yeah.
But I don't know, if not, that's also okay.
There is one question from Nikita. He's saying, if you look for customers on Upwork, if you have ever worked on Upwork?
It's a good question. No, to be honest. I mean, I started my own career on one of the freelancers platforms, but once I started the agency, I think the coolest way for the agency is that when clients reach you, but you do not reach anyone, but clients reach you, the only thing you need just to do more cool things, maybe more private projects or more non-commercial things that could share the way you think, the way you work, and then people like that, and once they have a project, they come to you. So unfortunately, not that experienced at Upwork.
I have a question right here.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. Because most of our freelancers, they may struggle while closing the deals, while get the clients on calls. So you probably also do that, right? You get your clients on calls and then close the deals with them. So how do you do that? Maybe you can share some tips for that. How to close the deals, how to pitch your product, how to sell yourself.
Okay, yeah, that's a good question. So it's hard to answer that question quickly. I could talk about that for hours and hours. But first we have client qualification stage where we ask basic questions and understand, would we like to work with this client? And I think it's one of the most important things to choose the partners that you love to work and collaborate together, because I think just 15% of the clients that knock our door are our clients. The rest are not our client. But we're super polite, saying like, oh, probably you need not us, but those guys are good, so knock their doors. And then it's a super slow, deep debriefing stage when we need to talk to different people and understand that this is the real problem that we need to solve. Because normally clients come with a not real surface problem that basically they don't need to fix it. They need to fix a deeper problem, and then this surface problem will disappear itself. So this is basically the philosophy of how we sell, and of course there are like million, thousand, hundred stages, questions, etc. inside. Yeah, but for us, we understand that it's better to spend a little bit more time during the briefing and then find the solution faster, rather than jump on the iterations and lose a lot of energy. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. Here I have one question from Maxim. Which lead sources do you currently have, and which ones would you recommend starting with?
Okay, so I think about 95% of our leads coming from referral network. So basically, because I'll tell you something, there are two types of business in the world, kind of sensitive and non-sensitive business. If you buy, let's imagine, I don't know, a marker or a paper, right? Doesn't really matter where you buy it from. You need the cheapest price, faster deliver. But if we're talking about I think girls will understand me. If you have your nail, how do you call it? Nail professional that manage your nails and color your nails. It's
Nail
super.
artist.
Yeah. So it's super sensitive. You probably cannot click the banner with the advertisement and go to another random, right? The only way you change your specialist just because your friends say like, oh, this person is just amazing. You need to come to that person, right? So, and also design and strategy and branding is kind of a very sensitive area. So they need to trust you, and they need someone to tell you that, oh, Dennis is amazing in this. So go and talk to him. Yeah, that's why we do not do any kind of other advertisement or marketing, because referral is just something that helps us grow and it works good. It's not that fast, of course. You can scale fast, but it's okay for us. Yeah, thanks, Maxime, for the question.
Yeah, thank you very much. Any other questions, guys? Okay, one more from
How do you
Andrews.
actively get referrals?
Mhm.
Well, we passively get referrals, I would say. We do our thing. We share our insights. We're trying to be active and do networking and also support our previous clients and partners, and then wait for the moment that they pop up. So it's kind of it's more of not do any active work, but rather that nurturing your referral network. That's it.
Thank you very much. Any other questions, guys? If not, I think we can wrap the session up and all go home.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the questions. Yeah, we have probably the last one. Let's do it. Is FSP 2026 coming? Nikita, great question. So basically, we're thinking about bringing the festival back to Europe. It's work in progress because we're still busy. We still a lot of projects coming and we're working on, but I think in 1 or 2 years we will have a big party again. I think so. Yeah. So thank you so much, guys, for this conversation. Hope you like it. Hope you use it. In case in the future you will use the lesson from this presentation and it will work for you, drop me the message like, Dennis, thank you so much. We tested. And also if you fail somewhere, message me too.
Yeah,
Okay.
great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, thank you, Denis, for taking the time for coming to our event. I highly appreciate that. I highlight the value that you are putting it. I think we can also run another session just in a couple of months.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Take care, guys. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Have a good
Thank you.
day.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.